I would say the same thing. Who are you right now? What is this outfit? You just get dressed in the morning. You just looking amazing and shit.
I just dress how I feel.
You dress how you feel.
This is how I felt today.
You put on different faces. I know women put on different hats and shit.
I do not put on different faces.
Same face every day.
This is my fucking face. This is my face.
You just told me that you put on face. You have to put on face. Because I can't put on face.
No, I said that I wish that I came here earlier so that I could put on a face. I said this is a face that I've had all day. Like, I don't get to like
what other
fix
face
a lash. I don't get to like put on a lash to come here. I don't get to like slick my edges back to come here. Like, how I look when I come here is how I looked 6 o'clock this morning until 6 p.m.
Traum, you got another face?
This is a 12-hour day.
No.
Why do they get to have mad faces?
Well, we get to get a shape up. That's about it.
That's about it.
And y'all get to put on hats.
Y'all put on hats too.
What's my hat?
Wigs,
my braids?
Braids.
I haven't wore a wig in a while.
All types of shit.
I need a wig.
Do you pick out your outfit the night before?
No.
You
just wake
pick
up
out your
and figure it
face
out?
the night before. Does your face go with your outfit? You do, right? Because now you got a brown shirt on. I see you got brown outline. So if you had a red shirt, you might have a pink outline. Yeah, this shit up here, up around your eyeline. It's brown, right? So you get to match your shirt with your face.
I don't. Shut up, stupid.
I want to know. I want to know, like, because they get to cheat. They cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bitches cheat.
Traum, you ever fell in love with a chick, makeup face, and then you woke up the next day and was like, You ever like her makeup face more than you like her real face?
Fell in love, but yeah, you had some lusty thoughts.
What do you do if?
Y'all gotta grow up. Y'all still getting catfish by makeup?
But it's not catfish.
By makeup and wigs.
That's really her face. She made herself. She contoured and she highlighted.
I ain't never contoured gold bars shit down in my life.
Nose. You ever seen that? You ever been looking at a chick and was like, "What's that shiny shit down the middle of your nose?"
I look at makeup tutorials all the time, and I'm just like, I can never do all of that. Like, I'm never gonna do all of that. I have my one little Fenty powder that I put on my face, so I'm not super shiny, and that's it. I don't do the most. I try, but I don't know how to do it, so it's raps.
And some people don't know how to blend either. So
yeah, like bitches be doing a lot. I don't.
But why is it fair? Is it legal? This is illegal. They getting away with bullshit. You can't come out.
Y'all be getting away with bullshit too. They just be walking around with fake chains, fake diamonds. You think a nigga got money?
My jury. You got fake chains and fake. That shit ain't real. You got on right now.
What's not real?
That shit around your neck is costume jewelry.
It is, and
them fucking big ass bows, them shits ain't 14, 10K or nothing.
They not.
All right. So why are you worried about what I got? Your shit same as mine.
Actually, you a man.
No, as a matter of fact, actually mine's real.
So what shit? You don't even have nothing on. Raggedy.
My thing is this. Why is it that they get away with being a whole different person on the date? I'm paying for the bitch on the date food. Who the fuck is this next to me? Who is this bitch?
Why?
Am I allowed to say I don't like this because you presented as somebody else? Who the fuck is this?
That's your fault. Cause y'all literally,
you can't get it out. Make some shit up that makes sense.
I am gonna make some shit up that makes sense because I always do. Y'all care more about what a bitch look like than versus who she is on the inside. We've had this conversation before. Y'all are the ones that are fooled by the fucking bitches be walking around with motherfucking waist trainers on. You think that she's snatched. She be walking around with a faja under her dress. You think her ass is fat. She is not.
It's meant to do that.
All
it's
right.
really meant to
These
fool.
are the bitches that y'all like to go after.
Everybody does it though. All y'all do it.
What I do?
Regardless of whether she's a nice person, nice people wear fucking fajas.
First of all, I can't. This is why I'd rather be fat because that shit uncomfortable and I don't give a fuck. I'm never gonna sit here and be uncomfortable just so I can look snatched. Sorry, no. You ever tried to see? I challenge y'all to try a faja. Just try it on.
I used to wear girdles.
Oh yeah, to hide the drugs.
When I was boosting.
Oh, okay.
So I would cut the hole through the vagina part and put it on like a shirt. Bring it down like this, and that way I could stuff the clothes up into the girdle.
Oh, you didn't show me that technique.
First of all, a girdle just shows how old you are. Yeah. I haven't heard girdle in a year.
Yeah. That shit was genius. I swear to God, you could put a fur in that motherfucker. I swear to God, I walked out a store. I walked out BB. Remember BEBE? Yeah. Shit they be having on the malls with like 3 of their furs. Obviously, I looked a little weird, but I got out that motherfucker. Shit. But yeah, man, I feel like women be, they be doing a fucking lot. A geezer. Look at this motherfucker. I'm about tired of y'all motherfuckers in these fucking
who you tired
Discords
of?
And these Zoom people.
What they do?
They said I set you up last week. They said I ambushed you.
I came to your defense several times.
I saw.
All right.
But I'm talking about these people. They cursing me out on the internet. What y'all think about it? Y'all think I fucked up? I ambushed her? Look at you, bitch. I know you got something to say. I know you got something to say, nigga. I know you got something to say. This nigga been holding it. This nigga is in the chat just smiling away. He ain't got. Go ahead, motherfucker. You want to play the music?
That's funny.
You want to play the music? Come on, let's do it. I'm ready.
I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Why? Because you knew I was fucking ready for the bullshit? Yeah, I threw you under the fucking bus. You knew them. You had a better relationship with both of them. You used to.
Well, that's
I'm
your
chilling. I'm chilling on the levels.
Thank you. That's your best friend.
Yes.
How am I supposed to know that you didn't know your best friend's brother?
All right, look.
And you invited them on the show.
Listen, at the end of the day, you saw what was happening, and you know that your relationship with him. You know your relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
He said on the show, I don't know him. I don't know Tal. I don't follow him. Right there, you could have picked up on it. He actually said it.
He said he don't follow you.
You saw what was going on, and you added to it. You added to it. You threw gas on the flame.
So first of all, at the point where you chimed in and was like, "Yeah, we got to stop," that's the same point that I would have. That's when I was ready. Until then, it was very uncomfortable from the jump. I didn't like it. I didn't like the energy. I wasn't saying much. The conversation
got real quiet.
It wasn't
shied
fluid.
away.
I didn't get shied away. I like to talk when I could add something to a conversation. It was so much going on.
You added. That's what I said. You added something to the
There was
conversation.
a lot of energies going on.
You added gas to the conversation.
I didn't add gas. I didn't ignite any flames.
You don't think so?
No. I just stated my opinion, which wasn't piggybacking on what they said. The issues weren't necessarily the opinions. The issues was what made it personal, which was the attitudes, the tones, the body languages. That's from what I noticed. And
so why you ain't take Ray in the back and slap the shit out of him? That's your man. You like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? You come on the show, you acting crazy. Slap. Why don't you do that?
You know how like Donald Trump said there was good people on both sides.
Nah, shout out to Ray. I mean, I think that he was a lot. Liz came in hot, but I also thought Dodge, you had a little. I told you about yourself last week. First of all, Dodge ducked out the last part of the episode. Mm-hmm. Didn't want to talk no more. She just in her phone. Her and Drew, you can hear. And then when she's talking, the shit is like. Like she's tapping into her phone like this while we're recording. I'm sitting next to her like. You thought that was mature? You thought that was mature?
Yeah.
To the what does it say? To contrast what it could have been, right?
Yeah.
What you're saying.
I did a great job. Fuck you. I'm proud of me.
I want to say what I knew you wanted to do coming in.
Tell me.
You said that you wanted to confront on the way in to the conversation because you
Yes.
didn't like IG thugs or something. You said something like that.
No, I said no, that's not what I said.
Something like that.
What my thought process was to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody that I had a discourse with in the comments under the guise of, and to make it like extra content, like Dodge finally gets to confront a person that was talking crazy to her in the comments. Because we talk about this shit all the time, like how I be feeling about people that talk in the comments and things of that nature, and how I feel like the energy would never be the same face to face. So I just thought for me, it was cheeky. It wasn't malicious. It was just cheeky extra content, but it didn't happen anyway.
It kind of did, because if you're using the words confront and shit like that,
this is the second time saying
walking
that.
into a conversation, you're gonna take things. You are better at navigating conversations, but if you already think a person been playing with your name, playing with your energy, then they come to you and they still on it, you taking your earrings off.
No,
you like, okay, bitch, so this is what you want.
No, that's not, for me, from my perspective, that's not the type of time that I was on. And when we had the conversation on air and the conversation off air were two completely different conversations. For me, when the cameras are on, when the mic is on, then I know how to handle situations, and then I can give my real unbiased opinion, and I can be raw and unfiltered when the mics and the cameras are off, which is why you have those two types of conversations. So I said, and just like I said last week, for the sake of the show, I didn't mind even the first jabs because I didn't react to the first. I was like, damn. But then I'm like, all right, so now we on the show. So now I'm on some show shit. But when we cut that shit off, I'm a different type of person. And I also would like to say,
you moved the mic out the way. I said, come on, bro.
No, but I also would like to say,
y'all both all my friends. One is Traum.
Exactly. So this is my thing. What a lot of people don't understand about me, because you guys get show dodge and we sit here and we go back and forth and we kind of banter, yell and scream at each other. Da, 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 da. I have told y'all several times on the show, I don't argue.
It ain't had to be an argument.
I don't argue. Well, there's several things. He was arguing. There's several things. One, I don't argue. Two, I definitely don't argue with men. And on top of that, I told y'all all the time, when I'm faced with a situation, when I need to have a tough conversation with somebody, I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to do anything or say anything that's going to make me have to apologize later. I'm going to be very precise, concise in what I'm saying, and we're going to have a conversation, because I'm definitely not apologizing if I feel like somebody said something to me the wrong way.
Do you know when you're wrong?
Yes, I know when I'm wrong.
Can you admit it in the middle of a conversation?
Yes.
Because you're arguing about a clip. Y'all, so what I'm trying to understand is what people keep saying, oh, you should listen to the whole conversation. Should have listened to the whole conversation. Y'all are talking about a clip and the messaging that was sent in that clip. You can't say, okay, if they saying, hey, it's divisive. You can't say, okay, I can see how the messaging in that was divisive.
But I said that.
But this is not at first.
No, because,
going in.
Because
you say, what you initiated was, did you listen to the episode?
Right.
Forget
because I don't want to have a conversation about a 30-second clip of a 20-minute conversation.
Released.
I don't care. And I said several times, I don't give a fuck about clips. I don't care about the clip because I know what the whole conversation was. And I know that the conversations that we have, we teeter back and forth. Sometimes we're on one side, sometimes we're on the other, sometimes we meet in the middle. So I don't care about a clip. If we're going to have a conversation about a conversation, we need to talk about the conversation. If you only want to talk about a clip, you lost me.
I thought we were having a
conversation.
To your point, and I agree. It seemed as if they were calling you to the stage for what was said in the clip.
Right.
Like, oh, this is what you said in the clip. This is
what you said in the clip. And I said that, I don't care.
But instead of engaging in that, you challenged them on the rest of the conversation.
Yes.
That wasn't, and then was like, well, this is my problem with this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Which now brings up another argument. And to me, you're smarter than that with the way that you use words and information. You could have easily took that and went somewhere else. Okay, so this is what I meant. I understand this is what's going on in that clip. This is what I meant.
No.
This is where that conversation went.
No.
And this is why we're here.
I'm sorry, but no.
Into the argument the whole
I'm
time.
going to say no to that, because there has never been a time that I have been invited in a space, even if I'm invited in a space that I did not do my research. I'm never going to walk. It doesn't matter. It's not even about professionalism. For me, it's about etiquette. And it's about the fact that you want to have a conversation about a conversation. You understand that this question is posed. You understand that there was a conversation because of the question that's posed. And you don't even take the time. You don't have to listen to the whole show. You can speed through that shit until you find that point and listen to that snippet of the conversation, and then build your argument off of the conversation. But you did no due diligence. You can't come in here and talk to me about 30 seconds of a larger conversation and think that I have nothing for that. Sure. I said what I said. The clip is the clip. Sorry if it made you feel that way. Sorry if you felt like it was a divisive. These are all the things that I said. Sorry if you felt like I didn't answer the question, I didn't push the conversation forward. But at the end of the day, the clip is the clip. I said what I said, and I stand on it because it's still my lived experience. The end.
Traum, what do you have to say about the way I'm challenging Dodge on this right now?
What I'll add to it, and I don't want to feel like I'm
pouring gas on it
again.
Go ahead, pour gas on it.
Listen, my opinion is my opinion. If I'm the only person in the room with the opinion, or if
That's
I'm
fine.
4 against 1, I'm never going to change my opinion to satisfy the room dynamics. It is what it is. I will say this.
Julius, what the fuck?
We often play clips and we talk about clips.
Yeah.
And we know we don't know the full context, but we could make a conversation out of it because based on what we've heard, we could talk about what we heard in that clip.
How many times have we play clips every episode? And do you go listen to every motherfucking?
No, well, I don't know the clips that we're playing on the episode beforehand, so that's one thing. That's a different thing.
That's true.
But the fact of the matter is, we play clips on the show, and then we give our perspective based on the clip as if it was our question. I don't feel like we attack people that say certain things in their clips because that's when I apologized to Rico when I met Rico and I was like, yo, I don't know you. I said some fucked up things about you. I'm gonna apologize. I don't know if that's the person that you really are, but I'm gonna apologize in advance and then I'm gonna give you the opportunity that now that I'm meeting you, we gonna figure out what it is from here. And I don't have no beef, no malice or nothing with the man. You understand what I'm saying? So from that, Tahoe will play a clip and it's like, all right, in this situation, what would you do? And we give our feedback. We're not sitting here talking down on the people in the clip. We're not like, oh, you a stupid motherfucker. Even the clip last week, we're not talking down about the stepfather and shit and all that. We're talking about from our perspective. If we were step parents and this happened, or our custodial parent, so it's like we're taking their question and using it in our voice. We don't do it the other way around. So that's not true.
That makes sense. I do want to say one more thing.
I like the way you did that.
Right? And I'm not saying this defending Ray or Liz. I'm defending myself because I didn't watch the full episode either. But
loser.
When we but there was a couple of important things that I need to know. One, you replayed the clip and that began the conversation. So we're literally talking about the clip that you just replayed, right? That's one. Two, Ray and Liz may not have known this, but I asked you the week before, is there any other context to this? Before I chime in and give my opinion, is there any other context to it? And you were like, no, not really. But so at that point, I gave my opinion.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
If you would have said anything otherwise, I would have shut up and I would have watched the full episode or the full conversation, 26 minutes or whatever, before we came in last week. I never watched it because I didn't think there was anything more to it that I needed to really
make
my opinion.
And that's perfectly
fine.
fine.
So my opinion was based off of that clip.
Yeah,
so
I don't have a problem with that at all.
That?
I don't have a problem with that at all. One, because of the conversation. He did ask, but on the flip side, sometimes the fans remind me of things that I don't remember. We sitting here for 3 hours. So you come in this last week talking about what the fuck we spoke about 2 weeks before, because that's when the clip drops. The clip drops every week, every other week. So at the time, I'm like, nah, it ain't no other content. I don't think it, because I don't fucking remember. Because I don't go back and listen to the shows either. The only time, y'all know I'm petty. The only time I go back to listen to something is if I have to prove a point or to restamp a point. Even when I was I think I was talking to Tahoe or something like that, where you said, everybody was like, oh, he said what other race, and she's talking about ethnicities, and I had to go back and the question was what other races / ethnicities, and I was like, I know I'm not bugging, because this whole time I'm like, damn, did I fuck up? And then I went back and looked at it like,
only reason I said that because I don't really
up?
know the difference between race and ethnicity. So when somebody said it to me, I was like, oh, all right, let me just put both together.
And even within that, so that I feel like the question and what the question was is what led me to answer it the way that I answered it. Because when you say what other race or ethnicity,
do you understand
I'm
you're wrong?
Saying that about what? What I'm wrong about?
She had to stop. She's like, what, nigga?
You can't tell me I'm wrong about my lived experiences.
It's a race war.
Okay.
You think the fucking West Indians gonna turn white?
No, they're not going to turn right. They're going to go home.
Oh, yeah?
Because they have a home to go to.
How are they going to get there?
An airplane.
Flown by the ops.
Doesn't matter.
Let me drop these black people.
And I even
Let me drop
said,
these niggers off to a safe space before I go kill the other
on
niggers.
this fucking show that if shit was to pop off in this country would turn into a fucking civil war or some shit like that.
In the middle of a race war.
If I had somewhere to go, nigga, I'm leaving too.
In the middle of a race war where there's anarchy.
Yes,
right?
I have children. I have small children.
There's going to be a mass migration of West Indian and African people back to where they're safe. Instead of the ignorant motherfuckers say, you know what, we get to get rid of all these motherfuckers
Fuck out of here.
while we got them on our turf.
How many movies we done seen? You see a fucking zombie apocalypse pop up. Niggas ain't like, oh, I'm gonna fight for my land. Everybody in their cars backed up. Everybody trying to get the fuck out of there. I'm out of here, bro.
Well, yeah, what are you gonna do? You don't even drive. What are you gonna do?
But I could afford a flight. I can go to Guyana. I got a house out there. I was just talking to my daddy the other day. And we was talking about his house in Guyana. I was like, what are you doing with the house? And he was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. What do you think I should do? I said, don't sell that. I said, leave it to your granddaughter.
Traum said, pardon me, I apologize for cutting
You're
you
fine.
off. In that moment, when there's a common enemy, you bond together. That's just what you do, just naturally. They're coming for black people. Black person, come over here. We safe over here. We got guns over here. We got shelter over here.
That's lovely.
We need more people. There's power in numbers. You're not gonna be like, oh, you called me an African booty scratcher
Right.
in the 80s. Fuck out of here. It's not gonna happen.
That's when you put your
in
differences
that,
aside.
Yeah.
In that, your statement was divisive purposely, which is fine because there is a larger conversation. The bullshit conversation that I started had no real substance.
Right.
The one you started had substance. But you can admit that in asking it and being called to the carpet for it, it's like, yo, okay, I realize how that was hurtful. I realize it's divisive, but this is a truth. This is how people are living.
I said that last week.
And all I'm saying is being the host of the show and the way that you kind of returned it and took it as offense, I thought it was based on the fact that you already felt the way.
No, I didn't feel no way.
And you can't take the saying that you're wrong.
I didn't even remember the fucking conversation. I was trying to pull the shit up because I didn't even fucking.
I had it.
Exactly, y'all. I think that the disconnect when it comes to me is y'all don't understand how much I don't give a fuck about
things. Last week.
No. I'm talking about conversations after they already happened.
Okay.
Once something already happens, I don't give a fuck. I don't feel feelings about things that already happened. Even when they left and everything, I'm like, all right, get home safe. Have a good night.
You did.
I went home. I went to my family. I had a great weekend. I had a great week. I don't give a fuck. I don't think about anything that we talk about in here past here.
Because she still has nothing but love for you and she just was sorry that it went that way.
I know. And I told you I will speak to her under the guise in which I will speak to her.
Well, you have several comments. Several people wrote in. Several people joined the Discord. Shout out to all the people in the new Discord that the new Dodgers diapers.
They are Dodgers diamonds.
They are the new. And somebody wrote in who does follow you and says, hey Tahoe, not sure if you're still taking DMs from this recent episode. Here are my thoughts. As a person that listened to the last 3 episodes in its entirety, I had to say I was one of the people hurt by what Dodge said, not because it wasn't true. I think she had a valid point and was speaking about a certain subset of people, but it felt very much like an erasure of my existence. I'm a black girl that was born in Jamaica, raised here in America. The only difference was I was told not to play with Spanish kids. I have no home in Jamaica. There, I am just as American as the African Americans here. But it also doesn't sound like I have a place here either, which hurt bad. But I continue to listen because I couldn't negate her experience because that's what she experienced. So on the second episode with Traum, I understood what he was saying. However, I did feel for Dodge because his argument felt dismissive of her lived experience. Once you go into how divisive her argument was without acknowledging the root, it feels dismissive. On this recent episode, it just felt like the guests, Liz and Ray were on the attack. Like Dodge personally hurt them specifically and they felt the need to defend themselves instead of acknowledging she might have had a point, especially if one of the first things you say is that you have heard this argument many times before. Then I think there's weight to Dodge's argument. If you've heard it many times before, there must be weight there somewhere. I think if that was acknowledged and then everyone went on to have solution-based conversations, that episode would have went better. There's another one that I wanted to read.
Okay. I received that. And I just hope that everybody knows it is never my intention to make anybody feel any kind of way. When I speak on this show, I do not speak under the guise of trying to put people down or try to divide people. I'm literally only speaking from what I've seen, what I know, because I can only speak about myself. Good. I cannot speak in fact or matter of factly.
But you often say that when you offend somebody, you cannot tell them how to react.
Yeah,
They
and that's
felt
why
offended.
I have nothing. I have nothing against that. But all I can say in that is, you can feel how you want to feel. That is fine. But I did not personally attack you because I do not know you. That's my only retort to that. Feel how you feel. I don't care. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to tell me I'm wrong, because these are my lived experiences. You don't have the right to do that. So we can agree to disagree.
That energy did contribute to what happened last week.
What energy?
The energy of like, I'm not going to apologize if I
don't know. I'm not.
So, and I respect that about you. Like, you double down on...
Oh, poo.
Let me finish. I respect that about you. You double down on what you said, right?
That's some pussy ass shit. Like,
But if
oh
you
my God, facing the heat. Let me apologize so everybody feels bad.
Here's the thing. If you double down on what you said, and instead of being like, hey, you know, I apologize if I offended anybody, you double and triple down on it. Now there's going to be a certain energy that comes with that.
No, it's not.
And
That's
then,
psychosis, Traum.
I mean,
What's that mean?
That's crazy shit. Like, you gotta be batshit crazy for me to tell you something that happened or something that I experienced in my life, and I gotta apologize to you because you feel away when I said nothing to you, about your family. I'm sorry.
If somebody was like, yo, light-skinned blacks wouldn't stand up in a race war, I'm gonna be offended. Like, wait a minute. You may not have said my name specifically, but you lumped me into a category,
and that is
and you're talking about something that I'm passionate about, fighting for black people, and I'm gonna be like, yo, that's incorrect. I'm gonna feel personally attacked. And if you double and triple down on it, instead of like, yo, I apologize if I offended you, then yeah, it might get a little heated, it might get a little passionate.
Then you'll be apologizing to everybody that has mental health issues across the world, and I'm not doing that.
I mean, again, you could double down on it, but that's the reaction you're gonna get.
There are things that I have seen on the internet that have made me feel away, but I'm not going to personally attack that person like, you made me feel. You know what my father taught me that was very important to me? Nobody is in control of me but me. Nobody can make me happy. Nobody can make me sad. Nobody can make me angry. I choose that. And that's what I live by. I'm sorry. Like, nobody on the internet is going to make me feel bad about me. I only clap back and snap back when people say something directly to me.
I don't
Once
believe
you at
that
me,
Liz came at you in a way. I think she was hot. I think it wasn't the way we would talk, because we know how to navigate conversations on shows. Mm-hmm. I think she wasn't versed in that, so she was just trying to get a certain point off. Okay. But I don't think she came at you in that way. And I think that at some point there was matching entities going across the room.
Yeah.
Fine.
But I will say, and I want to stand on this, and I'm going to say this on the show, and I've said it off the show. I did not have a problem with Liz.
Thank you. And that's all I wanted.
My problem was not Liz. My problem was Ray.
That was a lot of energy.
All of the issue and all of the discourse and all of the disrespect that I felt came from him. It wasn't her. She could feel how she feel, and as two women, we could go back and forth. We can spar, da-da-da-da. But what I don't do is I don't play games with niggas. I don't play with niggas. So once you talk to me in a certain type of way, once I feel disrespected, or once I feel like, my issue was Ray. My issue was never Liz. I can have another conversation with Liz. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Talk about some what's his thing. I have a name. His.
Shut up.
You know my fucking name.
But
you know my fucking name. Yo, what's up with you and this she shit?
I don't like that shit.
What? You're a fucking she.
No, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit, because it's dismissive in a way, especially when you're speaking about somebody in a tone in which, like, you have an issue with something that they said, and you're just like, she said, and then she said, and then she said, and then she said. Nigga, what the fuck is my name? No, it's not that. It's you're not identifying that I am a person in a room. It's like you're talking about me as if I'm not sitting here. That's how you talk about people that's not in a room. If something happened or whatever, I'm be like, yo, yeah, and this nigga Tahoe said da. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, Traum, because then he said, and then he said, and then he said, and then he said. You're gonna be like, who the fuck are you talking about?
You're using tone.
No, I'm not.
All right, come on, let's move on.
Don't fucking.
When we talk about disrespect, shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your fucking number ass out of here.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And this is like a Liz thing. Like, I don't have no beef with Liz. I don't have no animosity against Liz. I think that we are two women that we just collided on two different sides of a spectrum, which is perfectly fine. I don't have issues with having or standing up or having discourse with another woman. I don't. I cannot do that shit with men, because the first thing that I be wanting to do is pop, and I'm never going to do that. And on the flip side of that, I also want to say that Traum and Tahoe, as my friends and as my coworkers and showmates, I would never disrespect people that are close to you, which is why I handled it the way that I handled it, because in the back of my head, I was saying to myself, these are your friends' friends, so don't OD. And I would never do that, because I know what that feels like to have a friend OD with another friend, and then that friend coming to you like, so you just gonna let your friend? We ain't even gonna have that.
That was me.
Yeah, we not even gonna have that. I would never put y'all in that position.
But they let someone close to them. Y'all,
What's wrong with you in the comments?
y'all are
Nothing.
tripping.
They let them feel how they feel, because they feel how they feel.
Y'all tripping, bro. All right, whatever. Suck my dick. Anyway.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Tyrese and Envy. Y'all seen that?
No, I did not.
I didn't either.
The nigga Envy talking about he should box him up for disrespecting his wife. He calls him on the show, disrespects him. It's a lot of disrespect going back and forth. It's disrespect. It's a lot of disrespect. If you had an issue, they call you on the show, right? And I'm bringing this up because we call people on the show. And when they get there, I straight up disrespect them. Or I disrespect you. Is that cool? Or should that turn into a fight? Because Tyrese now threatening DJ Envy.
I don't even know what the whole.
I don't understand, like, and then that goes into another problem that I have with people, right? On the show, I wasn't happy about the way that the show went. But I also wasn't going to leave the room before people in the room knew I wasn't happy. So you did this interview. You wasn't happy about the way it went. And then instead of addressing it in real time, you went on the internet. And now you're on the internet making videos and shit and saying all of this stuff. And that shit is weird to me.
No, it's weak. It's called weak.
Like,
it's called weak.
Say what you gotta,
it's almost the same as what Joe Budden did with Tax.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that because I can't.
It's almost the same shit. Like, while the nigga was free, you ain't say nothing to the nigga.
Nothing.
You ha kiki every time the nigga bullying you on the timeline on Twitter. You ha kiki and niggas keeping the same energy, talking to you the same way for years, and you Tax, you'll stop playing ha. Now he locked up. You talk about, yo, suck my dick. Do something.
How? Like, what are we
That's
doing?
mad weak.
I don't get that.
Let's take it to the ladies.
Okay.
Erica Mena and Spice. Is Erica Mena wrong for calling her this racial slur after Spice was talking about how the type of mother she is and all that in a conversation that went wrong? Somebody disrespect the way you treat your child, your relationship with your child, in an aggressive manner.
When you go low, I'm gonna go to hell. But at the end of the day,
so they fired
there's an accountability piece to that also. And if I'm going to hell, I'm not gonna go racial. I'm not gonna go racial because that's low hanging fruit. Racial don't bother me. Like, that's not, I'm gonna hit you in your jugular.
That's some Spanish shit though, right? To do that.
But then when you have a Spanish or Hispanic woman that is white passing,
Call
and
you a fucking monkey.
Call somebody that's a dark skinned woman a blue monkey, you went racial, and what that means to me is
I have to keep things kosher in an argument when you just told me I was a bad mother.
You don't have to keep things kosher, but honestly, you a whack ass bitch because you ain't have nothing. It is so much other shit that you could have said.
I can be whack, but so what? I'm whack. Traum, what do you think?
So you deal with the whack consequences.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right. So somebody call you a bad father. You a low ass. Like, I guess, man, it doesn't hit them the same as it hits women. Bad mother, I guess.
Call me a bad mother. We never speaking again.
If you call me the lowest shit that you could call me, I'm gonna be responsible for whatever I say back. Like, I'm responsible for everything I say and do as a man. You can't just, I mean, especially in New York City, we are constantly antagonized by situations and people. You can't just react and be like, oh, well, such and such hit me first. Like, you're not 12 no more? Like, what are you talking about? I can say
this in real life, in real time. When I'm really trying to go for your jugular, the last thing I'm going to do is call you a name. I'm going for your
That's 'cause you're great
jugular.
with words.
Well, bitch, she been on reality TV for fucking 15 years.
You bring up
Grow
shit
up.
that you must have been stewing for a long time. So if you say some wild shit, it's like, damn, bitch, you felt that way because there's no way that shit just came off the top of your head.
You don't understand how many fucked up things just come off the top of my head.
I know. No.
And that shit come off the fucking dome.
I don't like.
There are things that I see, that I witness. I read a lot. I watch a lot of like different type of things. So when I'm ready to come from your jugular, I'm coming for your head top. But I'm not gonna stoop down to like, oh, you're ugly, you're stupid. No, that's not enough for me. That don't hit hard enough for me. I'm gonna talk about the fact that your mother lost you when you was like 4 years old, and I'm gonna hit you where I want you to cry.
You're gonna go home with that.
And
that's why, because you was in and out of different homes, so you don't really have no respect for yourself.
That's what I say to people. Yeah, like, yo, I understand. Your mother didn't love you, your father didn't love you, and this is why you act like this, because you really don't love yourself. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, you're ugly, you're stupid.
So how could you love yourself?
Yo,
you've been battling that with your whole life, in and out of relationships. No man ever loved you.
Yeah.
Oh God. Bitch just falling apart at the seams. Like Iron Man taking his fucking armor off.
Yeah. Nah. I'm not.
But she called her a blue monkey. How's that racist? That's like Nightcrawler.
She only called her a blue monkey because her hair was blue. That's why I was saying low hanging fruit.
Like, she called her an X-Man.
She could have, if she would have called her Beast, that shit would have been funny.
Was it? Beast is still an animal.
No. A beast is not an animal. A beast is a beast. And if you say beast, you like, yo, fuck out of here, bitch. That's why you look like Beast from X-Men. That shit would have popped more than, you're a blue monkey. Like, girl, bye.
Yeah, but Erica, man, is super bugged out. I've never trusted certain people that you see in an argument and you're like, all right. Because they always in some shit. And Erica Mena is one of those. Even her with Safari, I didn't know who was the crazy one. Because I'm like, there's no way he's crazier than her from her history.
No, it's not. I don't think it's about crazy. I really think it's, and I push and I strain for people to just be a little bit more intellectual when you're having discourse with people. Like, you can look in the comments, sometimes I be in my bag and I'm gonna call you some shit.
They said that Spice called Bambi a giraffe. That's not racist though, huh?
But that's not racial. There's no racial undertones with that. Talking about a dark skinned woman in America and calling her monkey, you understand the racial implications. The same thing as calling a dark skinned person a roach. The same thing as calling a Asian person the C word.
What is it? What's the undertone of roach? What is it? Because I mean, I guess with dark skin or with people, you calling them a monkey. I guess they talking about your features, big nose, big lips, whatever. I don't know people that look like roaches. What's the racial undertone?
It means you're dirty.
Yeah, it's going into like, oh, because you're a black person, you're dirty, you're from the ghetto, you live in the projects, you're a roach. True. Like, no, that's kind of crazy.
It's not true.
I wouldn't call somebody a roach.
Were they from Brownsville?
No, a roach is. Right. It's not hurtful enough. I want to call
but
you
is it
something.
Racial?
It is. It has racial undertones. A monkey is at the top. A roach is literally, if we're doing like a hierarchy, a roach is at the bottom.
Brown?
Roaches are what?
Roaches are brown, so.
Because they're brown?
It's racial? It's racial?
Pussy pink? All right.
My booty hole brown. Child.
Let's keep it moving, y'all, because I'm just talking shit. Another argument that's been going on is obviously this thing we've avoided for weeks. I've been avoiding it. Anytime that these things come up, whether it was the girl that faked her kidnapping, Trav sent it to me one week. Shout out to Trav. I hope you're doing well, my brother. And I was like, it was, what's the girl that Carly, the girl that was missing? Faked her kidnapping?
Yeah.
He sent that to me. I didn't like the way the story felt. It felt empty. It felt like there was things missing. I was like, let's skip it. Week later, 2 weeks later, she faked it. Right. There's another story that's been going around. People been arguing left and right. Dodge is in the Discord arguing about it.
I didn't argue.
Not arguing, but saying, listen, don't bring that shit past my door.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about this shit no more.
Which is Brickgate.
Oh, God.
The young lady that looked like she got stung by a huge bumblebee on the side of her face. She said she got hit by a brick. By a man because she didn't want to talk to him or something like that.
She said that he asked him. He asked her for his number. He asked her for her number, and she declined and got disrespectful and hit her in the face with a brick.
The internet went crazy.
I did. I was so upset.
The internet went crazy. The niggas like, well, you disrespect me, you can't tell me how to react. Y'all bitches be doing this. A video came out with her slapping a white man, and they was like, oh, see, she doing shit like this. You can't tell a nigga how to react. I was astonished. Around that time, I had lost my Twitter. So I got locked out of my Twitter, switching phones and shit. So I kind of just got into doing other shit. I wasn't tweeting too much. Fix your eyelash.
Thank you.
And so I really wasn't paying no attention. I wasn't giving it no engagement. Traum, did you see the story?
Yeah.
Even Traum saw it, so it went far.
Yeah.
I was kind of bugging. I was like, are y'all trying to justify a nigga hitting a woman in the face with a brick?
Yes. That's
Like-
exactly what niggas was doing on the internet.
Because, and I've seen women do it. I've seen women saying, y'all need to, you don't know how somebody's going to react to disrespect, and a lot of things happen. One of the things that happened, this young lady here that I'm about to play isn't somebody that agreed with the brick per se, but it kind of went into the men
Oh God, I know
protecting
what you're about to
women conversation, which is going to have layers
play.
today.
Yeah, it does.
Okay? This conversation today will have layers. Let me see if I can find this young lady. Beautiful young lady.
She's so pretty.
In regards to black women not being protected, let me first state the obvious. No man should put his hands on a woman. We desire protection, but sometimes what we don't understand is that true protection comes with a level of control. Bodyguards are a good example. A bodyguard will make their client leave from a dangerous place. The bodyguard has to know all the details: who, what, when, where, why, and how. And the client has to listen to the bodyguard and follow the instruction that the bodyguard gives them. It's really an agreement between all parties involved. When the person who needs protecting does not follow the instruction and the direction of the protector, it puts the protector in a situation where they're more likely to lose their life. I have 4 brothers and a father, and I listen to their instruction even when they're not around. They have told me to stay away from certain places if I'm by myself or if it's late at night. They've also advised me not to be drunk or high in certain situations. Even though my brothers, my dad, and the men in my life protect me, I in turn protect them by listening to them and following their instruction. They don't have to come to my defense in some wild scenario, because if I listened to them, I wouldn't have been there in the first place. And this is another thing I feel like is pertinent to say, and I know folks ain't gonna like this one. I don't have sons right now, but when I do have sons, I'm gonna teach them that there's a difference between diamonds and dirt and rubies and rocks. Rubies and diamonds are often in jewelry stores. They're in glass cases, they're secured, there's an alarm system. There's a lot of layers of protection because those things are valuable. But you could pull over to the side of the road and find some dirt and rocks. Expecting a man to risk his well-being, his future, and his life on someone who does not see value in themselves or the man is asinine. That's a very asinine thing to ask. All I'm saying is, protection comes with a little bit of sacrifice. It comes with a little bit of control. And me personally, I feel that what I have to sacrifice and the amount of control I have to give up is 100% worth it to receive the protection that I've been getting my whole life.
Interesting perspective. Bitch, I exited it. It's not even there. It's not there. I don't even know how to stop it.
We desire protection, but sometimes what we
The phone's off. Hello.
Go in and just swipe all your apps up.
Bitch, shut up. Sorry.
Ah.
Black woman. I meant black woman.
Oh, she's a black woman.
Definitely.
Is it her
She didn't look
tone?
angry.
Is it her tone?
You looked angry last week, though.
I was not. I was chilling.
You looked very angry last
I looked,
week.
but my words, my tone, I learned. Mm-hmm.
Are men expected to protect all black women, black men? Are black men supposed to run to the aid of a woman that is in distress from another man but he doesn't know her? A lot of men were saying like, "Yo, I will step up for my lady. I will do that for my lady.
Right.
And the internet is like, you niggas is weak.
I've said this before. It's not the best thing in the world to say, but whatever. As coming from an experience of having a friend that was murdered because he defended a woman in duress. I feel like men should stand up for strangers as far as women if another stranger like randomly attacks or randomly does something. I do not advise anybody to step into domestic disputes.
Facts.
That is where I land on that, because domestic disputes, there's so many different layers to dealing with that you can literally risk your life to save somebody that's going to go back to the person that just murdered you, that's going to go visit that nigga in jail, that's going to go put money on his books even though he killed you to try to defend her. Like, I don't step in domestic disputes. I have learned my lesson.
You said right.
I have dealt with friends that were in like domestic relationships or dealt with domestic violence and have literally turned against me for speaking out against their relationship, will put their relationship over me. I've learned my lesson and I've seen the worst end of that. I do not step in domestic disputes.
Traum.
I agree with Dodge 100%.
Really?
If I'm on the subway and I see somebody randomly talking aggressive to a woman, I'm stepping in. I'm putting myself in harm's way. I'm ready to box the nigga. You know what I mean? Even if I'm gonna lose, right? I'm ready to do that. Because, you can't do that. Not to a random, right? Domestic. So the only thing I would disagree with Dodge, and I can't even say disagree because she didn't really specify. If I see a domestic situation and it's really escalating to the point where, like, she's really getting hurt, I've never been in this situation, so I can't tell you exactly what I would do, but I can't see myself just going about my day. I feel like I would have to say something, do something. I'm not going to jump in because of what Dodge said. Domestic situations, I'm not going to put myself in harm's way as quick as if it's a stranger attacking a woman. Because domestic situations has a whole different animal. And at the end of the day, you might try to jump in and save the woman, and the woman might fucking jump on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
don't hit him, don't take him.
Exactly, right?
I've seen it all, child.
And then you be the one to get arrested, and these two fucking nutheads walk away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you be the one to get seriously hurt, and they walk away holding hands, right? But if even a domestic situation, I can't picture myself walking past a woman getting hurt, seriously hurt, and not do or say something like, yo, chill, something like holler, scream, get the attention of somebody else, find a security guard, something. You know what I mean?
I get
that. I would have to do or say something, but I'm not going to jump in.
Now, Trav sent us a whole outline last week that we didn't get a chance to get to, but I did see this in that outline. The caption is, man intervened in a domestic violence dispute. He was shot and killed by the boyfriend at the gas station. The woman drove away with the boyfriend. And this is the story.
Along Candler. Breaking news here. Police are investigating a deadly shooting in DeKalb County. It happened at the gas station along Candler Road. In Channel 2, Steve Gilbach is there live. Steve, you just got an update from investigators there now. What do you know?
Oh, they're still looking for a man and a woman in a car.
What'd I do?
2 a.m. this morning when police say that just a...
Along Candler.
What happened?
Breaking news here.
What's up with your phone?
Son, my phone tripping, bro.
Police say that just a...
Along Candler.
Or maybe it's the clip.
Nah, it's not. I swear it's not the truth. The shit is a minute. All right. In any case, somebody did something to somebody, and then the person, it went bad, and they left him there. The dude that was trying to help.
There's like Stockholm syndrome is real. Dealing with domestic violence is real, and there's way too many layers that I can deconstruct in a singular moment, in a singular swift action. Like I can't, and I would not advise the men in my life that I love to risk their lives for that type of a situation.
Do you realize that this narrative is different on social media?
I realize that social media is a cesspool of insane people.
Do you realize that the narrative is different on social media, set by a cesspool of weird motherfuckers, but that other men are now put under pressure to follow this because they don't know they don't have positive women in their life or supportive women in their life to say, hey, you don't have to do that for everybody. Because this is what they're pushing.
Yeah.
And this social narrative of millions of bitches that ain't even coming out their house, don't have no niggas around them, but saying, hey, if something happens to me, you're supposed to do this, is being set. And it's also being pushed on to the younger generation.
Yeah, it's really, it's
so why don't y'all women say something to say, yo, no, don't do that. This is what I want. This is what I want. The women to hold, y'all say y'all men hold the men accountable. Where are the women that know how dangerous this is? Telling the women, no, you're wrong. Stop telling niggas to do that.
I think that this is difficult because when I had that all woman episode a year or two ago.
You should do another one, by the way.
I probably should. One of the major questions I asked is who checks us?
Yes.
Who gets to check us?
I remember that.
And the general consensus is basically nobody. And I don't work in a space like that. I don't work in a realm like that. I had a conversation with my uncle a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, yo, you've never called me to handle anything for you. And I said, the day that I have to call you to handle something for me, it's some life or death shit. Because I'm never going to put the men that I love in harm's way over my ego, over something that could have been avoidable, over something I know I could have walked away from. I'm never going to do that. I've been to fisticuffs with niggas and never called my uncles and told them a motherfucking word because I understand the impact of that.
Where that's gonna go?
I have never called my brothers, my male friends, to come and get me out of any type of a precarious situation because I understand the weight of that. And I think that it is very dangerous for women to call upon the men in their life for minuscule situations and put their lives on the line like they're fucking pawns on a chessboard. Because you didn't get your upper hand in a situation, so I'm going to put this pawn's life in jeopardy. Like, that's irresponsible to me, but women don't want to hear that. They want to hear, like, your life is disposable for mine. Go hither.
Crazy. Now, there's a comment in the chat that I want y'all to hear, and I'm not sure how y'all gonna feel about it. Somebody says, the thing is, nobody be out here pulling women off of men when they're getting attacked and not fighting back. Men be out here eating punches from girls like it's breakfast, and y'all want to say he's a man, he can take it.
Yeah, I learned my lesson on that. That's not okay. And I'm going to actively teach my girls.
If you seen a woman jumping on a man or two women or whatever, and he's trying to stop, he's backing away.
I don't
y'all just leave it alone.
Step in domestic disputes.
What
on
if it's not
either
domestic?
Side.
It could be a nigga in a club. It could be somebody at whatever, and chicks are just drunk and feel like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Start beating on the nigga. He's trying to get away, and they wilding him up.
I'm not.
Why don't women jump in and say, yo, bitch, yo, he's not even fucking with you?
I'm sorry, I am not Captain Save Nobody. That's just me. That's my personal thing. It would be dope if people did jump in to help, but I'm not going to be on the forefront of jumping in a fucking fight of people that I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I am I'm an avoider. If I see something about to pop off right in front of me, I'm going to try to tell everybody to chill. But once y'all get past that point of chill, I'm not stepping in that. I've never done it.
We sat here, Traum, I know you got something to say, but we sat here and celebrated what happened in Montgomery and Alabama.
Yeah, I wouldn't have jumped in that either.
The men jumped in to help the men. The man. They don't know that nigga. They ain't had no problem jumping in to help that nigga.
Yeah.
And we celebrated it.
Yeah.
But now we're stuck in the middle of what's right or wrong when it comes to helping women. I'm
not taking that from me because I'm telling you right now, in Montgomery, Alabama, if I saw them niggas and I saw that shit go down and I saw niggas jumping in, I'm the one holding the camera. I would not have jumped in that either. I'm not getting free licks off of nobody. I don't step in to other people's shit. I have never done it. Ever in my whole life. I have seen many a fight. I have even tried to protect people from fighting. But I am not jumping in somebody else's shit.
Go ahead, Trump. That was a little bit different because the people that, first of all, he was the captain of the boat that they was on, right?
Nah, he was a security guard for the dock.
Oh, he was? Okay. Well, the people on the boat saw the conversation going back and forth. So it wasn't a domestic dispute between two buddies.
Right.
So what Dodge is saying, And what I agreed with was I don't jump in domestic situations.
Yeah.
But you ain't going to just jump somebody and I'm there and I saw the shit unfold and I understand the dynamics of the situation. Absolutely,
You
I'm
could
jumping
easily
in.
still lose your life that way. You just
Easily.
And like I said that before.
I can't even fucking swim. Somebody push my ass in the water.
I
It's
will
over for me.
risk my life if I
Stop
see
cutting people off, Josh.
Fight me.
Talk about it last week. You don't listen.
I don't give a fuck.
if I see
nobody
a
finna whoop my
woman
ass.
if I see a woman being attacked on the subway.
Now you threatening niggas. Now it's
I'm talking about you.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Both of you guys are
Stupid.
cutting him off.
It's all good, Melly.
We used to this.
Go ahead, Traum. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, like I said, I'm jumping in and yeah, I'm gonna risk my life. I'm gonna risk my life for a lot of different situations. In the subway, if I see a woman getting jumped or getting threatened with violence, I'm jumping in. No, it might turn into gunplay, whatever. That's a risk I'm willing to take. Domestic, totally different. So, and as far as, but even domestic, like I said, I'm still gonna say something. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna be like, yo, chill. Even if a fight, I'm walking down the block. A few months ago, I seen like kids about to fight or they start scrapping. I'm not going to jump in. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to try to break it up because the kids be wilding, right? But I'm going to be like, yo, chill. You know what I mean? If at the very least be like, don't do this here.
that's definitely
Y'all
messed
all going to get arrested. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, you're going to get arrested.
You'd be surprised though. If they know that people is watching, they might ease up a little bit. You know what I mean?
There is another side of this conversation spoken by this young lady.
A lot of talk that men aren't protecting women anymore. And that's because men aren't supposed to protect women. A man is supposed to protect a woman.
What do you mean by that?
Now, if you want to be strong and independent and not have a husband there and have a man's protection, be under a man's covering, that is your problem. My husband signed up to protect me, not you. He signed up to protect me and the children. He is not jumping in front of a bullet. He is not putting himself in danger to make sure you are okay, so he could possibly lose his life and leave me alone with the kids. That would never occur to him, so I'm sorry. Why don't you pick a husband, get the protection you feel you deserve so badly, and solve your own problem? Because it's not my husband's.
Yo, shorty. Yo, I knew Dodge. I couldn't wait till Dodge heard that shit.
You get your own.
Please, Dodge, you have the floor.
I don't think y'all want me to have the floor.
I know. I do know because you agree. You want Drew, bring your ass home.
Bring your ass home. I fucking wish he would put his fucking life in danger for a motherfucking stranger, some stupid ass shit.
That's what he does for a living. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not talking about a fire. I'm talking about like some random domestic shit.
They get caught for more than fires.
Yeah, but they don't get caught for stupid shit like that. Like he's alright. He knows come home is top priority. Bring your ass home.
Doesn't that
I
have
don't
to
even
do with moral like that's who you are. It's not just the outfit
it is,
you put
and
on
I hate that shit.
or the hat that you put on. So you couldn't see him seeing something wrong and say, "Yo, that's wrong. That's not. I'm not going for that."
I've seen him do it, and it made me mad.
All right.
I've seen him. We were in a party.
I remember. Go ahead.
And a fight was about to break out in a party that was very close to us. And the way this nigga moved so swiftly, somehow he got me in a position that I was safe within seconds and still put himself in the middle of a situation. And he the way he moved a whole crowd, like it was clear, like he pushed everybody. And in that moment, I'm like, all right, he made sure I was good and still also stopped the altercation. But at the end of the day, I was still like, nigga, you not security. You don't fucking work here. The fuck is you doing? Like, I'm sorry. I am selfish in this space in my life, especially this man that I love and his family that I have. I am selfish. And I would not want him to put himself in jeopardy for anybody that does not understand the value that he has in my life. And I also do understand, I have uncles, I have a father, I have brothers, I have friends that I consider brothers. So even if Drew was not here, I have always had male protection. They weren't necessarily my man, but I've always had male protection. So with that being said, there's just certain things that I'm not going to do. I'm not putting my father or my uncles in harm's way over something that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm not.
There's not a level of respect for a man that just won't allow certain foul shit to happen to another woman. There's not a level of
There is a level of respect.
Man.
It's very
he's
okay.
He's a
Batman,
stand-up guy.
See you, vigilante. I see you, Superman.
Not stop a robbery. Not like
Put your
you know what I'm
fucking
saying.
cape away.
Not stop the nigga from killing Uncle Ben.
Put your
I'm
fucking
talking
cape
about
away.
a nigga doing some shit to a woman. He got a brick. I'm telling you right now. So you don't think? Do you think that I can see a nigga hit a chick with a brick and it's not something gonna happen? I just feel like that's certain shit that is just like. Yeah, the niggas over there should have jumped the shit out the nigga.
Yeah, but that's different, right? That goes to my larger point when I said when you see a stranger do something to a stranger and it's a group of niggas around, yes, them niggas should have and could have jumped that nigga. That's perfectly fine. But I wouldn't want my nigga to be the one to square off with this nigga one-on-one. You better have somebody with you.
Nah, I don't think squaring off is right. I think you should beat him up. You shouldn't fight him though.
Like, you don't take that same brick when that nigga going in the car, you pick that brick up and you toss that shit at that nigga head. So now both of y'all, you understand?
You're not wrapping up.
Right, you don't gotta shoot a fair one with him.
I don't want to shoot a fair one with you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I am too protective of what I have for it to be squandered because of somebody else's stupidity.
You don't think that she was kind of wild though? The shit that she was saying.
I think that what I really believe is
go find a husband.
No,
to protect you?
No, I don't believe go find a husband to protect you because I don't think a husband is the only person to protect you. And I believe that husbands and boyfriends and the men that are supposed to protect you be the ones that hurt you the most sometimes. So no, I don't believe that. But I do believe in leveraging your relationships with people. I am technically an only child. I did not grow up with brothers, but I have brothers. And I have brothers that will go to the bat for me if I ever called them. I have my uncles. I leverage the relationships and the men in my life because I understand their protection. I do not go places normally without a man there that I know that will be willing to be there for me if shit goes crazy. I'm sorry. I don't. And I don't think that any woman should. And I feel like that stopped me from getting into a lot of shit and a lot of precarious situations. I don't even fucking like girls' nights if I know that me and my girls is about to go out to a fucking club with some shit and one of my niggas ain't close by. Sorry.
I agree with her message in the clip. Her delivery was a little off because she came off like I'm holier than thou.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I got a man, I got a husband. I'm like, shit can happen. You can end up divorced. Don't act like you holier than nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. But I understand what she's saying because, men aren't here to just protect
everybody.
5 billion other women out here that live here. Like, nah. That's not what that protect and provide means. It means for your significant other. So I understood that message.
I'm sorry.
There's confusion here. We talk about the community and being somebody that impacts your community positively, and I really don't know. Y'all are saying like, oh, if you're fucking that nigga, he kinda. And y'all are fucking, I'm leaving y'all alone on the fighting shit. To me, that's crazy because we're talking about leaving a woman that's under some type of physical abuse to her own. She got to deal with it. You decided to suck that nigga dick. So if he's beating you up, I'm leaving you alone.
That's not the message.
That's what it sounds like.
But that's not the message.
If they're together and he starts beating you up, I won't help you because I know that y'all was just kissing.
I'm not going to intervene physically. I'm going to help by saying something, calling somebody, bringing attention, shining a fucking flashlight, whatever. I'm not going to just keep walking.
So you think he's at a concert?
No,
yo, you'd be surprised, like, seriously. And even when you was like, things ain't going to stop if you just say, yo, chill when kids is fighting. A lot of times people don't even want to fight. And
they don't.
If any excuse for them to stop doing what they're doing.
His bitch up wants to fight.
If he realizes that there's people watching and he might get locked up tonight and you bringing him back to reality, he snapped in that moment probably. If he realizes like, yo, oh shit, these motherfuckers is watching me, yelling at me like with their cameras out and shit like that.
Nah.
I'm just saying.
A nigga that is beating his bitch has lost all sense of reality and does not care about nothing. He don't care.
And you're going to jump into that fight?
Okay, but listen, and you know what? I will say I'm not the biggest nigga in the world. I have a big heart, and I'm big on being a man and all that. I could get beat up too, and it's almost happened to me. I don't know if y'all remember. I was working sanitation. A nigga was across the street, and him and his girl started fighting. So I run across the street like, yo. And they both kind of came at me.
Yeah,
she was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I think she
Right.
said, like, get the fuck out of here. Or some shit like that. Now I'm standing there like, you know what I'm saying?
My point exactly.
That's why I said it's when you talk about domestic disputes, they are layered. And you being a single entity, you don't have the power to get somebody out of that situation. So it's not even worth it sometimes. And I'm sorry, and I know that it sounds really messed up to say it like that, but that is what it is. Because people leave when they're ready to leave. So you can sit there and intervene. Now you got a broken arm, now you got a black eye, and they back together in a month because all he had to do was give her fucking flowers and say, baby, I'm sorry. And now what?
That's
and now you done put yourself in a position, you done put your family in a position, you done put your kids in a position to sacrifice yourself for somebody that's not willing to sacrifice themselves for themselves.
We have a couple other things before we get into part 2. I kind of line these things up just because we went from disrespect to fighting each other to kind of roles, men and women. And now we're talking about the roles of men and women in the house. Very quickly. Not something it's something we always going back and forth with men and women shit. But I found this statement this young lady made interesting. I'm not sure if we spoke about it yet, so I'm going to play it. And if we spoke about this shit already, then fuck it.
Black people are the only people that talk about money in relationships.
It's crazy.
Because other cultures just know the man is going to be the caretaker or the provider. Like, other cultures just know that. But when I say it, niggas in the comments like,
that's because we
what
don't
the
have
fuck,
culture.
this lazy bitch, what's she talking about?
So
Every other culture understands the man is the provider and the woman is a nurturer. That's not even a conversation that they have because they already know it. They grow up knowing that.
Yeah.
Black people are the only people that see our moms do more than our dads. And so we have a reverse thinking about it. We think, oh, well, my mom did it so I could do it. Or my mom did it so she can do it. That's why so many black women are unmarried because we don't have roles. Gender roles are not a bad thing in marriage. Everyone needs to have their, if I don't know my role, how do I know what part I'm playing in anything?
For sure.
When you're on a basketball team, everybody has their position. Everybody has their role. You need to know what your role is. And a woman's role is the nurturer, and if you have kids, the caregiver, and the man's role is the provider, and he brings in the money. He brings in the money, and the woman manages it, and that's how the household's supposed to run.
the lack of tradition in black culture is killing relationships. That's the main thing, right?
Traum,
Yes.
where are you with this conversation?
I understand what she's trying to say. I think that there should be roles, but those roles shouldn't be solely based on gender. It should be based off of personality and qualities and skill sets. It shouldn't be automatically the woman's the nurturer. What if she's not as nurturing as the man that she's with?
Exactly.
What if she makes more than the man? The man is supposed to be the provider, even if the woman makes 10 times more. Like, that don't make no sense. And she also has to understand, like, yeah, in other societies, there are defined roles, but in other societies, women are not free to do a lot of the shit that women could do here. So do you really want that? Do you want everything that comes with that? Because your role is to shut the fuck up in those societies. You know what I mean? So do you really want all of that? So there's a lot of nuance to that combo.
Oh, I can't wait for them to clip that.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, fuck
That
it.
is gonna hurt.
Nigga said in other societies, your role
The
is to
nigga
shut the
said,
fuck
"Yeah,
up.
Get the clip. Yeah, get the clip.
Yo, I love seeing the clips in real time.
You know what's
in
gonna
my
happen
head.
now. You know what's gonna happen. Jesus Christ, Traum.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
You say that, but can a woman really feel covered if a man changes what his gender role normally has been? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, she makes more than him. Is it cool for him to now become the person that washes dishes and cleans the crib and she's bringing home the money? Like, do you think that she'll still feel that sense of security in him?
Yeah, if it works for them, it's all a matter of those two individuals. And you could be a man and not make more than your woman. Like,
But
you know what I mean?
You basically you called her the provider.
when I say provider, I mean if a woman makes 10 times more than a man, and
like
they
Rihanna and ASAP.
right? So let's say they live in a mansion that Rihanna could afford, but ASAP can't. ASAP is rich, but he not Rihanna rich, right? So let's say they live in a $200 million home or something, because Rihanna could afford. She's the provider in that situation, right? That don't make him any less of a man in that situation.
I don't know if that makes you the provider per se. Like, because when we speak provider, are we only talking about finances? Is that the only thing a man can provide?
Yeah.
What are we providing?
So yeah, let's break that down.
Yeah, because when I think about provider and I think about delegating the roles, I do believe that there are roles in every relationship, and some people it's a very give or take kind of thing. But when I think about providing, acts of service are more prevalent to me on a scale of what a man can provide versus money. Because there are some men that will throw money at all situations, but you're not actually doing anything. Like, you're giving me the money to do the work, to do the things. So you're not actually doing anything. So you're not providing anything. You're giving me finances and letting me delegate that to get shit done.
That's what most men have done.
Yeah, and I don't like
Even
that.
back to your grandparents and shit like that. Put the money on the counter. Put the rent money down.
Put the rent money down, and you go about your life, and you delegate, and you
now
do
I'm down
all of the things.
with Miss
Yeah, no, I understand. Like, for me,
Miss Margaret.
I my stake and my value for me when it comes to like my relationship in particular, I value more what Drew does for us than what he can provide. Like, if he just gave me money all the time and be like, here, handle it, I don't think that my relationship would be as...
Anybody can do acts of service, though. That's
no,
not
they
providing.
can't, though. But that's,
women can do acts of service
can't.
the same way men can do acts of service.
It's not the same, because what you don't understand is a lot of men nowadays don't know how to do shit. They weren't raised
you
right.
haven't had a man in 7 years.
Why would you do that to Melly? There's a lot. No, you have to understand. There's a lot of men that don't know how to do shit, and there's a lot of women that are raising their sons to be these men and worse because they do everything for them and they don't have to do things
what
for themselves.
What is a manly act of service that trumps a woman act of service that would make him a provider? Is what I'm asking you.
I don't think that there's such thing as a manly or a womanly act of service, but I do think that acts of service trump money.
Give us an example, like build a treehouse or some shit.
Build a treehouse, yeah. No, all right. So here's.
It doesn't.
Let me not give a bad analogy.
Equate. No, it's not going to equate. There's no way this is equates. There's not. I don't even want to.
You can give me.
There's no way.
You can pay all of the bills in the house. Fine. You're providing.
He's a provider.
But if I ask you to help around the house or I ask you to do something within the house, you don't have the bandwidth to do something. You don't have the bandwidth to provide me a motherfucking break.
Girl, please.
You can throw money at a situation.
Girl, I'm making sure you have lights, gas, shelter, food, everything. I've provided you with a way where you don't have to worry about
problem, but
certain
that's easy.
shit.
But that's easy.
No, so you do it.
It ain't that easy.
You do it.
No, it is.
You do it.
When you think about it in
wash
totality.
the dishes. Trust me, I'll wash the shit.
No,
out
you
the
won't,
dishes.
because your pride won't even allow you to do
washed
that.
the dishes this morning.
No, you live here by yourself. That's not the same.
I do laundry.
You're alone.
I will fold panties, even though panties is some hard shit to fold.
It's not. It's easy shit to
It should be like this in the middle. You trying to
Right.
match it so you can fold it into a little triangle. That shit just as bad as the fucking fitted sheets. Panties is just as bad as the fitted sheets.
Honestly, I would, for me, and this is just a me thing, you can pay for everything in the house, but if I'm doing all of the things in the house, I don't feel like this is an equal share. If you go to work every day, everybody goes to work every day, everybody gets a check. Yes or no? Yeah. Unless you're an entrepreneur, right? Everybody goes to work, everybody gets a check. True. Fine. Paying the bills, you can do that shit on your phone.
Yeah.
That shit 4 or 5 taps.
Yeah.
Nigga, you ain't helped me do nothing.
I helped you keep your money in your bank account. What are you talking about?
And then I still have to do other things.
Oh my God! You had to make a sandwich. Oh my God! Like, what are you talking about? You had to make 4 fucking plates of food. Oh my God! I have fucking $32 in my bank account until next week because I done paid the gas, electricity, the food, the rent, insurance, cell phone, cable bill. Oh my God, you had to fucking make food. What?
And then you're talking about first of all, when you're in a true relationship, in a true partnership, there's never a time that you have $32 in your account. Because if you have $32 in the account because you paid all the bills in the house, then that means your bitch got you until you get paid again. She gonna leave you with $32, then you got the wrong bitch. You the problem.
Maybe. How is it? If I got the wrong bitch, she's the problem.
No, you're the problem.
It to me.
Because if my man pay all the bills in the house,
mad.
If my man,
I'm good with the $32. What I'm not good with is she don't want to make the food that I just bought. She has a problem.
But
she has $70,000 that she's been saving up, and she don't want to make food.
No, I'm calling Uber Eats because now I have the extra income that I don't have to do shit. So now I'm not ordering shit. Baby, what you want? You want Chinese? You want Thai? You want American? You want French? You want fucking Nigerian food? Right. What you want to eat?
All right. Listen, this is bullshit.
You're bullshit.
I'm right. You're wrong.
You're wrong. Fucking I can't say the hard word.
Yeah, Rihanna's definitely the provider. Mm-hmm. Okay, Traum, to your point, she's a provider and she knows it. And because she's confident and she doesn't really care because ASAP got flair, so she don't care. She knows she's the man in the relationship.
I wouldn't go that far.
I know, me neither.
Y'all drag it.
I was reaching.
Y'all be dragging it. But honestly and truly, I do think that everybody in a relationship has a role. And it just is what it is. Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Like somebody has to play a role, and that role you can't do the same thing. Like she said in basketball, you don't have two centers on one team. Like you got 5 niggas on the floor. Everybody play their position and you get the shit done. You cannot function properly with everybody trying to do everybody else's job. So if I'm the person that makes the most money in this relationship, I'm going to take care of the financial things. That means you have to take care of this. It's not a man or a woman thing. It's who delegates what in this relationship, and play your fucking role. Play your position.
The woman is always the delegator. Mm-hmm. The woman is always the person that actually takes care of all the real shit. The man comes in, he has to make final choices. All right, this house or that house, but she's the one who says I need a house. She's the one that says we need a car, and then he goes with her and says what kind of car. Yeah. And she's the one that says, hey, we need to get the windows done. There's drafts. There's a leak. There's this or that. The kids need that. And so she's the one actually pointing to the things that he done, and he has to get it done. But she's the delegator.
Yeah, but I also think that that's tiresome for a lot of women. I think that worked in the past for how it worked, but I think that women of today, I don't want to have to tell you that we need to get a car. I want you to know that already and just do it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's move on a little bit. We got 2 more little things, a little bit more fun in the house, right? I knew it was going to get all this back and forth about this and that and men and women and fucking getting hit in the head with a brick. Is she okay?
I think that all of her socials were like reported and some shit like that.
Yes, people were saying that she was like scamming, and people saying that she.
I have never seen
file a police report.
So many conflicting stories because of one person's allegation or experience. I've never seen it. I saw a video of a nigga that said that he was there when she got hit in the face with a brick and actively chose not to do anything because he doesn't like her and she's a known troublemaker in their community. I have seen the FBAs versus the Somali. She's not a foundational black American woman and she's trying to make it seem like black men are the reason, but it was the men from her country and she's really Somali. It's crazy.
Oh, she's really Somalian? And that was a problem for them because she's not
this
American?
Is what I'm trying to tell.
So why would we stand up for them type shit?
I've seen so much shit on the internet. I gotta stop. I fuck with Tariq Nasheed, but sometimes he be pissing me off,
I'm so
child.
sick of it because I heard him say the FBA shit. Question. There is a... Traum's gonna hate this one.
Jesus Christ.
Traum, fix your lashes. Traum is gonna hate this one.
Fix your lashes is nuts.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
It's from a young lady called @LavishTalk. I'm not sure if this is real or not, but there are screenshots. Jesus. And the situation is,
the chat.
My date had to reschedule I asked for a small inconvenience fee to reschedule. I love how he didn't mind. I originally was going to charge $50, then I realized it's raining, so I factor in the fact I could have been in the rain. It's the little things like this that keeps you around. He sent a picture of his car windows being broken in. Okay, that's real car glass. And it says, hey, sorry, been having a bad day. Somebody broke into my car last night, trying to go to work this morning, and I saw it. If we can reschedule, please. And she says, are you able to cash at me $50? He says, okay, request me. She says, okay, requested it. Just sent it. Hey, I appreciate it. When can we reschedule? But I really needed 100, not 50. May I please have 50 more? And he sent it.
Shout out to the inconvenience fee.
Dirty bitch. You raggedy bitch.
Raggedy. You raggedy bitch.
So I show you a picture of my car windows getting broken, tell you that I'm having a bad day, and your immediate response is send me $50 because you inconvenience my day.
Inconvenience fee. I told you I used to do that all the time.
Raggedy bitch. Gets
Back when I was.
Is that seriously a thing? Is this seriously a thing? This is not the worst thing ever. This is not some
that shit is fucked up.
Shit.
I used to charge my baby father an inconvenience fee anytime he pissed me off. Like, you inconvenience me. Send me $300 for pissing me off today. But that's different. This is definitely raggedy as fuck. You don't even know that nigga like that. Like, why you? What are we doing? I just gave you a free day.
And he knew who he was dealing with because he knew he had to send pictures.
Oh, he just sent the pictures.
Because she probably wouldn't believe them.
Mm. But why? Isn't this his fault more than hers?
How?
Why? Because he putting up with it?
Why is he sending her the money? No,
because he a bitch.
No, bitch. Why don't you do women respect niggas that do shit like that? Like, would she ever truly submit to a nigga that she treated like that?
Not submit, child.
Yeah, I think that you submit to your chick the same way she submits to you.
Okay.
And, I think it goes both ways.
Okay.
There are certain things that you know that you can't do no more because you got a girl. Your girl is not going for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So will she truly ever be like, that's my man?
No, she's gonna play with him until she don't want to play with him no more because he presented himself as a toy. You presented himself as somebody to play
50
with.
more, and he sent 50 more. Like what?
Father your sons.
And that's why I say that shouldn't be the foundation of your relationship. Even if you a nigga that got it, to make that the foundation, to make tricking the foundation of your relationship, because that's what it sounds like.
Father your sons.
You just
obviously he don't know no better. Can I have some more? Right. Because if you could send a 50, you could send 100.
Wait a minute. What is this from? This is from somebody just sent a GIF in the chat. Now, shout out to the people in the chat. Y'all,
Seymour.
They are so fucking engaging. I love the fact that they really having their
I wish I had my
time of
glasses
their life.
on so I could see all this shit.
They're having the time of their life in the chat. And if you wanted to join, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/So Shameless Podcast. The link will be in the description of the show. You click on it. I'm telling you right now, they talk all day. They fucking do voice chats. They come in here, they watch the show with us, and they talk while we're talking. But I really feel a way.
Why?
Dodge is the only person, and I'm not even sure. Yeah, she noticed. The title that I gave the episode last week.
That shit was fire.
I saw the title. I didn't understand it. It sounded like a Game of Thrones reference.
Do you not know how fucking real that title was?
That shit was fucking amazing, Frank.
Son.
Like, I really had to. I'm like,
Son.
yo, that shit is
and that
crazy.
shit came from nowhere. I'm sitting here like, what should I name this shit? And the fucking Reigns of Castamere. Bro, Dodge, can you tell people what the Reigns of Castamere is?
It's the song, right? Mm-hmm. It's the song that they play in Game of Thrones frequently when shit is about to like go down and shit gets real. So it's the song that's playing in the background of the Red Wedding. Mm-hmm. So it starts like playing very slowly, and then you kind of see Catelyn Stark, that fucking bitch. I hate that bitch. I'm so happy she's dead. Like, you see her kind of looking around like, yo, you playing the Reigns of Castamere in this hoe? I cannot remember the origin story, but I believe that it was a situation where a bunch of people were murdered and this song was happening, right? I don't remember the origin. What's the origin?
We have to get Ben on the line.
But as I am now reading the books, because I am now reading the books, I'm gonna But
Find
yo,
out.
the Reigns of Castamere, that song, whenever you hear that song play, you know mad
Get
niggas
the
is about to
fuck outta
die.
here.
Like,
Get
you
the
gotta get the
fuck.
fuck up out of there. As soon as you hear that first string, like, oh nah, where is the exit?
Come on, yo. Now we got people that join the Discord group. So many beautiful women join the Discord group. Some of y'all, I bet you 1, 2, 3, 4. She's not fucking with me no more, but I don't care.
What?
Unless she's dope. And I apologize or something. But there's so many beautiful women that join the Discord group, and they said, a lot of them said they did not know, they did not watch Game of Thrones.
What?
I'm like, how do you, in 2023, with everything going on in this world, oppression on our people,
Oppression on people was nuts.
Beyonce's on fucking tour, going crazy.
Come on. I'm so
And
happy
you
I got to see
still
that.
have an Android, born a Virgo, and have not watched Game of Thrones? Like, you're standing on that? Like, okay, fine. You can't help being a Virgo. Fine. You can do other things to unwhack yourself.
Stop. And my sister's birthday is coming up. Stop with the Virgo slander just for this week.
No.
During Virgo season. Wow, that's wild.
No. I tell people all the time, they ask me, why do you go so hard against the Virgos? Why?
You are one?
Yeah. Why? And I say, I don't think you realize I'm a Virgo rising. What I give you, the things you don't like about me, is Virgo. What I present as is Virgo.
Yeah.
Everything that I don't like about Virgos, I do.
Yes, exactly.
Every single thing. So just understand there's camaraderie there. I'm going to tell you right now, Virgos, if y'all are a Virgo sun and you're something else rising, you're not even a real fucking Virgo. Mm-hmm. You don't even present as that. Whatever you fucking your rising is the characteristics of your rising. Am I right?
Yes, and the real frustrating part of my life is my daughter is a Pisces and a Virgo rising, and
Yeah,
I
I love
cannot
her to death.
fucking escape this
Love her to
shit.
death.
I'm a Cancer rising. I'm true, like 100%.
We have come to the end of part 1, but before we do, I do want to play one last video.
I'm afraid.
I can't believe we got here. After last week, I'm telling you right now, I was looking at the clock last week like, please let me out. Doe, let me out. Traum. I was sitting here like, yo,
I know, I saw it
how
in your face.
Fuck, I'm getting out of here. I just want to jump out. I want to go home.
I want to go home with you in your house.
And I was in my house. I wanted to go the fuck home. All right, let me see if I can find this video.
I want to go home.
Don't wipe my bum. When you think about it,
Hold on.
What?
so I actually don't wipe my bum. When you think about it, in nature, no other animal wipes after they use the restroom. So why do we do that? And I know there's got to be a benefit to not wiping. I don't really know what it is, but if God wanted us to wipe after we use the restroom, we would have a built-in way to do that into our anatomy. You know what I mean? So because we don't, I personally believe that wiping after using the restroom is not good for your health. You don't know what chemicals are in toilet paper or in wipes. So I personally think it's best to just not wipe. But I stopped wiping about 2 years ago when I started using the litter box instead of a toilet. And I have noticed, like, I have not gotten as sick as often. Now, I know correlation is not causation, but, you know, I feel like my immune system has, like, been built up since I stopped wiping. And it's probably because I'm not exposing myself to those chemicals.
Did she wash her ass?
No. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Melly.
This itchy booty bitch, please get the fuck
This had to
out of
be a
here.
skit. This couldn't be real, but she looked like it was regular.
Yeah.
But maybe some people
I
are
believe
just
her.
saying whatever the fuck they want. No. You can't just be walking around shitty.
I believe it.
You believe
She
it?
uses the litter box. That just sounded mad believable.
You serious?
Absolutely.
Well, believe it or not, we have come to the end of part 1. We will see you back this Thursday, or you can join Patreon right now and listen to part 2 right now at www.patreon.com/So Shameless Podcast. I think I'm talking to Liz this week. and putting it on Patreon. They talking about fuck her, they want to fight her, and they wish you was in here fighting. I'm like, yo, that's my homegirl.
Yeah.
Why don't y'all understand that people can have disagreements? Like,
I don't have a problem with Liz.
they called you Lady Dodge. They don't call me shit but Tahoe. I'm like, yo, there's mad disrespect in this room.
Lady Dodge was so funny to me.
I was so tight. I was like,
I know, you so jealous. Why are you so jealous?
Lady Dodge. Like, really?
I'm a lady.
You are. You're a beautiful young lady as well. We'll see you in a second. So shameless.